You're welcome back. Now, National President of Dagbon Forum, Dr. Suleimanu Abdullahi, has condemned acts of violence and provocation in Yendi and is calling on the two gates to show respect towards each other and to provide the roadmap and to adhere to the provisions of the roadmap. Addressing a press conference in Tamale, the National President of the Dagbon Forum, Dr. Abdullahi, appealed to leaders of the two gates to adhere to the roadmap for peace.
Conflict and underdevelopment. We are appealing to people to speak to whosoever they can to ensure that the roadmap is implemented properly and fully. The history of chieftaincy has been underpinned by the desire to protect and develop people. Our chiefs have always been custodians of their people's destiny. This dispute has prevented our leaders in Dagbon from carrying out this primary duty, which is the advancement of their people. In recognition of their role, the threats posed to this by decades of conflict, our chiefs have worked very hard with the eminent kings to come to an agreement which offers so much for the future of the people. We are appealing to their senses of responsibility, to the work that they have been doing, and saying to them, please take these final steps to get the roadmap implemented. There's any grievances. Let us focus on the many things that unite rather than those that divide us. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet links have made the world smaller by facilitating exchanges on information, knowledge, and connecting people. While innovations and use of mobile phones, social media, that is, in Ghana.
Well, unconfirmed reports indicate the funeral of the late Yana Yakubu Andani II of the Andani royal family has officially been called off according to the roadmap agreed upon earlier. The funeral was expected to start today, but security operatives in Yendi have arrested 15 people in connection this afternoon with this afternoon's violence in the area. 16 other people have sustained various levels of injuries and are receiving treatment at the Yendi Municipal Hospital. Northern Region Police PRO DSP Yusuf Tanku joins me on the phone line for more on this. Many thanks for your time. Can you confirm if the funeral has been postponed or cancelled?
Yeah, good evening to you and good evening to your viewers as well. Yeah, I will not be able to confirm whether or not the funeral has been postponed.
Okay. All right. But you did arrest some persons in connection with some sort of violence there. What were they engaged in? For which reason they were arrested?
Yeah, some of them were arrested with a weapon, and others too were suspected to have been part of the violence that was being perpetrated this afternoon at Yendi. There were a lot of gunshots from different directions in the Yendi municipality, and it took the police and the military a hell of time to be able to bring the situation under control. As we speak, the situation has been brought under control, but we have intensified our patrols in the area to ensure that no untoward situation happens again. Meanwhile, snap checks will also be mounted or have been mounted throughout the major roads and intersections in Yendi to prevent people from carrying weapons from one place to the other.
I was asking earlier, I don't think I got an answer to that, but can you confirm whether the funeral has been cancelled or has it been suspended temporarily?
Yeah, I said I will not be able to confirm any of such.
So what's the security situation in the area as we speak?
As we speak, it is calm, and our men are on the ground doing the patrols and also raising snatch checkpoints. But we cannot say there is peace at the place, though there is calm as we speak.
Right, so there's no peace, but there's calm. All right, many thanks for your time. That is Yusuf Tanko. He's the Northern Region Police PRO. To the Central Ashanti region right now, and relatives of the Manso Nkwanta shooting incident have welcomed news to make public names of police personnel suspected to have taken part in the shooting of 7 men. This follows the promise by the president to prosecute the indicted police officers. Some 21 police officers are to be indicted and subjected to formal criminal investigation upon the recommendation of the committee that investigated the killing of the 7 Zongo youth at Manso Nkwanta in the Ashanti region. Although the police administration is yet to comment on the veracity or otherwise of the list, relatives have been telling Love FM's Kwesi Deborah it is a good step towards bringing the matter to a peaceful closure.
We think the government is doing it in the right direction. We are happy with that. So far, it will make our people feel like at least the government has done what they've requested for and what the justice they are looking for. We are happy for what the government has done, and more so, we are much grateful for the doings and the committee of the government that he did. What the committee brought up, the names that came up, no one was shelled out.
Well, the name has come out. It's a good step for us. So now we know the names of the people who did that bad thing. So I really support the Zongo minister and the president for bringing the names out to us to know the people they did the bad acts. Because, it's a good direction. Because I really support the whole process. Because from the compensation to the committee to the name calling, I will support it.
Names now, but the Ukrainian,
we are happy with the names that are out. It means investigators are really working.
Right from day one now, young Crawford, Omunia arm robbers. Say, Chinchina, Ebimujina, so say, Yendi, a police phone pictures.
There are many who insist government attach pictures to the names. I don't think it's right. It will erode the confidence we have in the police.
Say obi beya de aban nipa beya de na de na ba betu TV so na social media so na yes we na yes ade no na aban no kra yes anu a all the security personnel no mo Ghana kra no nko mo nji aban ni ndi biom
you cry about no cry yepa because sa nipa na o mo ko wiye no your group akuma o mo kamwa e o Sabo Zongo a ne ma me se ono.
The naming is very good for some of us who were not all that enthused with the compensation. This will assuage tensions.
Police for Niembo Mudi, no Bian say, Sa, women or Muya, Mukoko, Sa, a dinner about a boy, a
Now, lawyers for NDC General Secretary Johnson Asiedu Nketia are urging an Accra High Court to throw out a case of defamation filed by Chairman of the Audit Service Board, Professor Dua Ajiman. They say the writ fails to state in the local dialect tree the utterances Mr. Nketia allegedly made, which Professor Dua contends are defamatory. The NDC General Secretary had claimed in various interviews that Professor Dua Ajiman, while serving as Auditor General, churned out fake audit reports resulting in his membership of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana, being withdrawn. Professor Ajiman wants damages slapped because, according to him, the allegations are untrue. Joy News' Joseph Akablay was in court and his father's report.
Lawyer Nomesinho, in moving his motion asking that the case be dismissed, said by failure to state in tree the exact utterances attributed to Mr. Asiedu Nketia meant that the court did not have the benefit of what exactly it was dealing with. It says this failure will be unfair if the court proceeds to deal with the translated utterance without the benefit of the exact words attached to it. He explained that there are various cases in which the court had held that a case could be dismissed without a reasonable cause of action. In this instance, he explained the reference or the failure to state in 3 meant that there was no reasonable cause of action, for which reason he thinks that the case should be dismissed. But lawyers of Professor Dua disagreed with this particular point that was made. They said that Mr. Yendi Nketia had already filed documents in court saying that he was prepared to prove the allegations he had made. A lawyer, Gary Nemakomafu, told the court that if he disagreed with the translated utterances attached, he would have stated that, but rather by stating that he was prepared to prove what had been said, it meant that the utterances were not misleading and the translation represented what exactly he had uttered. They further indicated that they were willing to attach the 3 to it if the court is minded to request that they do so. The case has been adjourned to January 23, where Justice Benasco is expected to deliver her ruling on the matter. Reporting for Journey from the Law Courts Complex, my name is Joseph Akable.
Now, staff of the Multimedia Group Limited in Accra and Kumasi Friday held a Thanksgiving service to show gratitude for a successful operation last year and usher in a new one. Led by management, worshippers converged at the Miracle Manor Church and they sang praises and prayed to their Maker for guiding them through the period. My colleague Nana Asenso-Mensah was at the Thanksgiving service and now reports.
It was a moment of joy for Love FM and the Nhyira FM teams as the voices behind the microphone abandoned their consoles to join in the spiritual exercise. The annual event saw foundations of Miracle Manor Church at Eija tremble as staff showered praises in loud voices to God for his protection, good health, and blessings. Programs Director for Nhyira FM, Benjamin Fifiokran, explains the significance of the service.
That this is an annual affair, an annual festive event that we do. As Multimedia, we believe in Christianity. We've come together as a church. We come together as a body, the whole entire business, from the sales department, marketing department, from the programming. We meet here every year to give thanks and praise to God for his protection, his blessing throughout the year 2018 up to 2019.
General Manager James Agla looks into the future.
A grateful heart is the one that succeeds. God is our maker and everything we do is for God and country. And so for all that God has done for the business, we need to give thanks. We give thanks to God for making our business successful. We give thanks to God for protecting our colleagues, our staff, and making sure that even in difficult times we still succeed as a business. So it means a whole lot. It means a lot to us as a business.
So going forward, the expectation, what are we expecting this 2019?
The expectation is simple. We will continue to lead the pack and others will follow.
Nana Asenso-Mensah reporting.
Now, here in Accra, a sermon delivered by Dr. Michael Boedi Nyamiche of the Maker's House urged staff of the Multimedia Group to be thankful in all circumstances. Here's how Accra celebrated the day.
Borrowing the radiance from their white dresses, just as Christians borrow God's righteousness, clients, sponsors, management and the managed filled the Victory Bible Church premises in Kokomlemle, Accra. The church is just a stone throw away from the company. Close, but not as close as God has been to Multimedia this past year. Looking whiter than everybody else, the Multimedia choir strung together for several songs, praises and worship.
I sing to you. I sing to you. You are the reason why I say. You are the reason I'm alive today. I am here to say. I am here to say.
Who wants to be rich? Silly question, you may say. Everyone wants to be rich. At least many people do, and a huge chunk of the population, if asked, would opt to make easy money any day. After all, why resort to slaving away for less than a juicy salary when you can earn money the easy way, right? Wrong. And the case of Menzgold has brought to the fore, why not jump headlong into a get-rich-quick scheme, which are often really too good to be true. Now, customers were urged to deposit money with the company and get double or more returns. Many fell for this alluring offer and jumped at it, raising no questions that may probably have been lingering at the back of their minds. They were satisfied for so long as they were paid their returns.
President Nana Akufo-Addo, if you are listening to us, please, 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 let this man get his peace of mind to help the youth of Kaswa and Ghana. In fact, what the boy is doing in Kaswa alone to reduce pressure on our government appointees.
Ministro anya kromfo ni dia waba ofie na wawia usika adwane we di otifie anya kromfo etimi ministro na mom dia be na ma me ho atere me konka mbeje 100 million e dia kwone me ma akodi.
So it had all the workings of a Ponzi scheme similar to the Piram company, which in 1995 promised huge interest payments to people who deposited their monies with it but could not sustain the payments. While the Bank of Ghana, sensing a Ponzi scheme in the works, cautioned the general public to desist from saving or investing money at Menzgold, as the company was not licensed to receive money and pay dividends to clients.
Bank of Ghana has been very clear for a long while about the fact that this was an unlicensed operation. We were not responsible for it. We warned the public at different points in time. We told everybody if they continue to keep their money there, they did that at their own risk. And that's all I can say about it.
Now, many say desperation and greed and folly blinded them to the reasoning and caution, and for this reason, the central bank refused to intervene in their plight. Well, a lot of arguments have been made about how the greed of the customers led them into the ditch they face now, but yet others have argued about the feet dragging by the regulators that may have contributed to the dilemma we are facing now. Could the Bank of Ghana and the Securities and Exchanges Commission have acted earlier and faster?
Government, those who were there when it started and nurtured the person, and the one who is here now, who is there now, and this thing has collapsed in their watch, they should apologize to the Ghanaian people for failing to do that which they are supposed to do.
Well, the government says paying clients their locked-up investments is out of the question. The Bank of Ghana says it will not intervene. Some have accused them of insensitivity and lack of leadership, a father abandoning his children who have gone wayward. Seems like a pretty good argument. But even as a global search closes in on the mastermind behind Menzgold, Nanapia Mensa, the question that remains is, at what point will people take personal responsibility for their actions, and will government acting as a father buckle to the cries and pleas of its children caught up in this predicament? And thank you very much for staying with us throughout the week, and regular programming continues. Have a lovely weekend. Good night.
This is Joy News Prime.